We are now joined by Terri Morse, who is ASEE Vice President of Institutional Councils, soon to be Vice President of Finance. So explain the change in your roles.
So Institutional Councils is the role where we oversee the chairs from each of the 4 councils. Corporate Member Council, and that's actually the chair position that I came into this role with. The Engineering Deans Council, the Engineering Research Council, and the Engineering Technology Council. I'll be turning that over to a colleague and moving into VP of Finance. And the VP Finance role is looking at the overall health and well-being of the society from a financial perspective and ensuring that ASEE as an organization has longevity and continues in the role that it has today, as well as expands its role and impact in terms of engineering education.
And what are your goals for this upcoming year?
Well, my first one is to keep the society financially healthy. And actually, there's been a very positive trend. A lot of the societies have kind of suffered in the last few years with economic downturns, actually the retiring population and loss of membership. ASEE has had some of those struggles as well. But in the last 4 years, ASEE's had a market effort to really look at how they manage things, where their costs are, and looking at mitigating those factors and coming up with improved solutions so that the society continues. And they went from basically losing money to now, this year, we anticipate that we'll break even gain some money in the funds. And it's my primary job is to keep that trend going toward the positive.
You're obviously coming at this from an industry perspective, working with Boeing. So talk about how companies such as Boeing interface with ASEE to recruit future engineers.
Actually, my job with Boeing is being the program director for external technical affiliations, a long title. But basically, my job is to interface with groups like ASEE for 3 primary areas. One, the people area. We do hire and recruit, and so this is a way for us to get access and understand the kind of preparation that is happening in the engineering community with engineering graduates. The second is with kind of the product and service side of ASEE. Boeing actually has a fairly extensive in-house educational organization, and they look to ASEE for their own best practices about how they should be teaching and educating our current workforce and adopting the most latest educational practices. And then finally, I'll call it Boeing reputation. It is important for us to be known within the community as obviously supporting and the engineering community and its advancement in education. And part of that is lending our name to it, is helping Boeing establish that positive reputation among the community and establishing the relationships with the academic community that help us be successful.
How do you think ASEE can recruit other companies to be as engaged as Boeing is?
If I were to name, the primary thing that I see as the value of being engaged with ASEE, it really is the relationship side of it. I know in my role, I've had an opportunity to interface directly with the engineering deans, with the research professors, with actually academia itself, and understand the perspective they're coming from. And it's those relationships that I think you learn. And to me, when you talk about engaging other corporations in ASEE, it's providing those pathways so that they have those same kinds of opportunities to develop those one-on-one relationships. You can come to an ASEE conference, and in the span of less than a week, talk to a host of schools, professors, academics, that if you were to do that one-on-one as a company, you'd be talking about a large investment from a travel perspective. But to be able to come to one event and have those relationship building opportunities is where the true value comes from. And that's, I think, what we have to make known and provide those kinds of experiences to bring other companies into it.
And finally, something that many in the industry are talking about is not only the importance of solid engineering skills, but also those soft skills, the people skills. How important is that to the engineering industry?
Interestingly enough, in our corporate member council, which I chair, we do special interest groups on topics of mutual interest. And one of our special interest groups is around international engineering education, and the product that we've been focusing on there is called the Attributes of the Global Engineer. And that attributes is, we've done actually a very extensive survey, not only in the US but internationally, to try and crystallize what are those top values that you need to be successful in today's world. The results of that are exactly what you said. It's not just your technical competency that matters today, but it's your communication skills, your ability to team with people, your understanding of how to communicate your message. You can have the greatest knowledge, theory, research in the world, but if you can't explain it to somebody else, you won't get very far with that. Our global environment, in addition to that, has added an additional complexity in that you might be trying to sell an idea or communicate your message to someone not from your cultural background. In fact, maybe even someone who doesn't speak your language. And so what are the tools that you can develop and bring to the table to make you successful in that kind of operating environment? Right. Those are the keys.
Terri Morse, thank you very much. Best of luck in your upcoming role as Vice President of Finance with ASEE.
Thank you.